Okay guys, here we go. It is budget meal number 2. This is going to be potato and veggie soup. We're just going to cut up the veggies real quick. You can add, just like the last recipe, you can add whatever you want to this. There is no specific, you just use what you have. Of course, you would have more potatoes because it is a potato soup. Are you trying to get in there? I will show you that the way we're going to saute. Can you give me the oven mitt underneath the silver bowl, please? The way we are going to saute the vegetables is not with oil, not with butter. Thank you. All I've done is put a little bit of water in my pan. And that's how we're going to saute the vegetables. I'm not saying oil is bad, but anything in moderation, right? However, water is a lot cheaper than oil. So if you're looking for a budget meal, then you are going to do it the cheapest way possible, right? Also, I had pulled down a few things of veggie broth to make this with, but I figured instead I would just show you how I make my own. I took about half the bag of the veggies right here, and I put them in this taller pot about, here, let me see if I can do this. Filled it up with water, and this was just a couple of hours ago, so it's been cooking for a couple of hours. So I know the tripod's all funky. So we're just going to use that. I'll show you how I strain it and everything. Hi darling, can you get that onion off the floor and throw it away for me? Thank you. I never said I was not a messy cook. Okay. We're going to get these things started so we can get some flavor going. I have 2 celery stalks. I just cut down the middle. Not everybody likes celery, so I've just gotten used to cutting it into smaller pieces because it's less noticeable for folks. As I've said before, you said it's good? Mm-hmm. I thought you didn't like celery.
No, like in the food.
Oh, it's good.
I don't like it like plain.
Oh.
Just like it like.
I'm just making messes everywhere, aren't I?
This morning you like more than making a mess at all.
Celery leaves, and that's fine. There's actually more flavor in the leaves than in the stalks themselves. Let me go spoon. Can't find the one I want. It's okay. We'll just use this one. Now remember, for the roasted chicken, I did mini carrots, the little baby carrots. This time I'm using regular size carrots. I will also say that I misstated myself when I was doing the chicken. I said that the water needed to be up to the top of the crock pot. I guess I was thinking about broth or the soup I was going to make. We weren't making soup, we were making roasted chicken. So, what I did, I took about, excuse me darling, I took about 10 of these ladles worth of broth out of the juice out of the crock pot. And the vegetables have cooked down so much that it's almost full. of the juice again. So I probably didn't take quite enough out, but it's all good. It would be extra juice if somebody want to make gravy or just have extra juice to top their food with. I know that you keep seeing these dirty hands appear. Oops. I promise you, she did wash them. She just washed them because she just emptied the dishwasher. She's been, my little artsy girl, has been trying to paint some pictures for some friends for Christmas.
Softball
Friends. Okay, so I got those going. I'm gonna get some garlic. This is the same one I was. Can you what? Can you cut some? Well, I gotta do it kind of quick. Can you do it kind of quick, maybe? Go get your knife.
Wait, my knife is single.
Well, you can still use it for this. It's not very sharp. You might as well just use the rest of this, right? Can't have too much garlic, right? Ward off those vampires.
I'm just gonna use the blue one.
Okay, just be very careful with it. Because that's not your knife. That one's a sharper one. Okay. There you go.
And how am I cutting
I'll show you.
this?
So you take one end, cut the end off.
Like this
See
one?
that?
Or that
Either
one?
end. Take your end it for both ends. And then you're gonna peel. Look, you're not looking. And you peel it off.
Like that?
And then you cut the other end. And you peel off, and it should kind of all peel off together.
First one peeled off right.
Well, you pick the knife up. See, look, if you hold the knife down when you cut it, leave the knife there, and then peel, it kind of holds it sometimes for you. Some people just smash them to break the skin, and that's fine. And I do that sometimes when I think about it, but I just didn't think about it.
There we go.
And like I said before, if you don't have fresh garlic,
That was fun.
then just use garlic powder.
Here, put the colors in.
Then you can do garlic powder. It's absolutely fine. I wouldn't say garlic salt. I'll be honest, I don't think I've ever really cooked with garlic salt. I figure there's enough salt and other stuff. I don't even know if it's mixed with salt. I really don't know. I just haven't had much experience with it. Or any experience with it. Oops. Oh, I take the mic out. I can turn off the other one. I figure since there's football on tonight, I should at least make one snack. So I have a box of brownies. Is that as cheap as doing them homemade? No, but it's quicker. I don't have a good homemade recipe that I've used, so.
Oh! That's just gonna have to work.
What?
This. Not, I did the stay down and then turn, and it didn't get all of it.
Okay, we need to get all of it. We're not gonna eat that.
Oh!
When you start chopping it up, it'll come off.
I'm just gonna cut it in half.
You guys are wondering when I'm doing these little pieces, I'm just cutting them so the flavor can get it out. And then throwing them in the compost. Throwing them in the veggie. Whatever this is, the broth bag. Actually, I'll turn it off.
Are you
We have
keeping
this
this?
stove.
Is this the end? Oh well.
Wait, I'm just sharing your recipe.
This.
Why would I not keep it?
Is it like the end or something?
It's the.
What's it like?
It's a piece of garlic. I don't know. It's just a piece of garlic.
Oh,
It came
these
from
are
the.
sticky. Very, very sticky.
Yeah, they do get sticky. Why don't you rinse them off? So I'm just gonna do what I did earlier. And chop them up. Hey, can you put that onion back over there? I think I'm just gonna make one.
Over there.
Where the other veggies are. I can put it back later. I can put it back up in the cabinet later. I don't know. Got it right now. Can you please stir the veggies for me? Sorry, they're the black spoon. One of the things I've said before is one thing that really help your budget is if you can teach your kids some simple cooking skills, and I have not done a great job of that.
What do you mean?
Haven't done as much as I should.
Yeah.
I think you guys should be cooking us full meals. I think once a week you should cook us a meal, and once a week Chuck should cook us a meal.
Whole week?
No, a meal. One meal a week should come from you, and one meal a week should come from Chuck. Okay, so garlic is done.
King time pieces.
Throw that in. Okay, now I'm going to do the potato. Nelda, would you please? I'm going to get the water off of these. Remember how you chopped them the other night? Or the other day for the mashed potatoes? You cut them down the middle and then cubed them? Can you do that with those? What?
The bigger small ones.
You should be able to do it with a small knife. So, down the middle. And these are gonna be bite size. We're not gonna mush them. So you want to do smaller pieces than you did the other day. Kind of like, can you see the size? So these I've already peeled, everyone. I didn't think you wanted to sit here and watch me peel 5 potatoes, but I'll go ahead and peel this one while she's cutting. You can use. Okay. Watch your elbow. You're in front of the camera.
Oops.
Okay. Let me move these out of your way. Your elbow still there. Move this bowl out of your way. There. And you can move this down here some. Is that better? Do not put your finger on the sharp edge. Evidently, I have not been teaching good lessons in cooking lessons. You have to push it off. You don't have to do the whole potato. If you just need to do half at a time so you can hold it better, that's fine. You can do it with the small ones too. Alright, back to the small one because I need a big one. You cut that whole thing in half. heat up higher than I normally would. Because it's got to cook a while. That's already dinner time. But they do have the roasted chicken they can eat too.
It doesn't feel like dinner time.
Well, it's almost 5. By the time I get home after work and get dinner done, it's usually late. So it is later. I mean, it's earlier than we usually eat. But it's still got to cook down for like 45 minutes.
Around an hour.
Yes, around an hour. Make sure you're keeping those away from your fingers. Make sure you're keeping that blade away from your fingers. Okay, if you notice some of these mushrooms are looking a little not happy, they're still completely fine. They don't waste food. You wouldn't tell your child not to be friends with somebody because they didn't look too happy, right? Or they looked a little different. So, I'm not going to do that with food. America wastes so much food. And I really, really hate that. Yep, go ahead. Next. Excuse me. No, other side. The zucchini. Zucchinis are great for fillers. They are usually very cheap. Everything's going up in price. I understand that. They are usually a very inexpensive. They are packed with nutrients that have a very mild flavor. So I like to put them in anything I can. I put them in meatloaf and spaghetti and lasagna and chili and taco meat and stews and anything, and you cannot taste it.
And good thing because I hate brownie.
No, you can't have brownies till after dinner.
Mama.
Good try. Yes.
Where's another?
What?
Do I need to put this in the sink?
Why don't you rinse it out and put it in the dishwasher? Are my chops even? No. Are they pretty? No. Do I have technique? No. But I can put some food on my family's bellies for inexpensive. There's a low plane. I don't know if you guys can. It's cloudy. You may not be able to see. I don't know what kind of plane that was. We live close to a military base, but they're not usually that loud and that close. So far we have carrots, onions, celery, mushrooms, potatoes, garlic, zucchini, and what else do we do? We have a bell pepper. Let's do that. Did you see it?
F-35.
How do you know it's an F-35 if you couldn't see it?
Dad saw it.
Oh, Dad saw it. Hey, will you make sure the door's shut? Thank
Why
you.
did y'all run out when you heard the first one? I was thinking like...
She was cutting food,
Yeah.
and she didn't want to leave the video.
Alright, so it's 4:50, come give me a minute.
Do I make it this one?
Here. Put that one. We're doing them into strips, like, and then we'll cut them into pieces, like that. Okay?
Oh.
Is that good? Okay. Now, this soup, I'm just putting vegetables in there, and that's it. I am going to put some beans. I've had some pinto beans that I have been, watch your head, you're good. I've had some pinto beans that I've been soaking for the last few hours. So, no, I got it. You just do what you're doing. Finish what you're doing, please.
Okay.
Finish one thing before you do another.
Do I need to chop them up?
Yeah, I asked you to. I just showed you what to do. Were you not watching?
No, but it's
Then why did you say okay?
Say what?
Then why did you say okay?
I did.
Yes, you did.
Oops. How?
Don't say okay or answer me if you haven't heard me.
I didn't
think
know that
you-
it said okay.
So this is a cup of pinto beans. They've expanded. It looks like more than a cup. What's your hands? No, look at your hands.
Oh.
You got food all over them. Okay, rinse it and put it in the dishwasher. Please and thank you. I'm not gonna do this with the whole thing. Just gonna put some juice in here. So I can get the rest of this broth strained. I may not use all of it. Actually, the bowl that you just put in the dishwasher, can you get it back out, please? Actually, I don't know. Just hold on for a second. I don't know what I'm doing. Alright, where's that? Well, I'm gonna need to turn the tripod around. Thank you very much for getting the dishes out of the sink. You just forgot to clean the sink. There's food in the sink, but we're not gonna touch that food, so. That was out. It's really loud. Can you wait till after we're done? So we try not to waste around here. I don't know if you guys can see it or not. I have a bowl in here with a strainer in it. So we're gonna put the veggies in the strainer and the veggie broth will go in the bowl. That is the idea. Anyway, when the strainer gets full, then I will dump the veggies into our compost bowl, and then the leftover veggies will go in our compost so we don't waste anything. This is just an extra added step. So if you're adding this into the time it took to make the soup, you can subtract it. Who is that? Alright. Try not to touch that pot. Let all that lovely juice drain out of it. I don't know if you can see it. Now, if that would have burned everybody. That is boiling water. Please be careful, okay? Did you mean? It looked like you meant to do that.
I did.
She walked up to it with her water bottle, and her water bottle bumped the pot. Okay. Okay. We're good. Just gotta be careful. Now I forgot what I was gonna say. No, I don't want you touching me right now. Everything is where it needs to be. I just wanted you to show you the process of making the broth because it is so easy. It really is. It only takes a few minutes. You're not doing the work. The pot is while it's cooking. And like I said, this has been cooking for a couple of hours. When I'm not home, I'll just put it in the crock pot and turn it on in the morning. Again, I'll put it on high to begin with and let it go throughout the day. And by the time I get home, I have this nice, rich, beautiful color of veggie broth. And again, I don't add salt to it when I make the broth. I add the salt to it when I use the broth to make whatever dish I'm making. sorry. This is the compost. Hey Nelda, did you remember to get the mail? Can you go do that before I can start? Thank you. And then you can take the compost out. Thank you. Okay, so this is what we are working with. Look at that beautiful broth. See how much is just in that little pot? Think if I would have done the whole crock pot worth. Okay, so now I need to turn you guys around again. Get the bowl on a heating pad. And here we go. Now I do want to, remember I did put some in here. I want to add my spices before I add the rest of the broth. It'll help mix it in if I put the liquid in on top of the spices. So I'm going to do the salt again. And there's no salt in any of this stuff. So it looks like I used a whole bunch, but I really didn't for the amount of food there is. And I'm going to do pepper. I already have the fresh garlic in there, so I will also do the ground black pepper. This is the Italian seasoning. One recipe I saw, which I have not followed that recipe by in any way, shape, or form, except to have potatoes and some veggies in there. It said specific, like oregano, thyme. I don't even remember what all it said. But I didn't have everything that I wanted, so I figured the Italian seasoning would have been close enough. So we'll see how it tastes. So once we get this made and stir it up real good, we'll let it cook for another 40-45 minutes until the beans are done, the beans are soft, and the potato soft. And that's it. Yes, it takes a little bit of time to cut stuff up. If you're not used to cutting stuff up, it'll take a little bit longer until you get used to it. But the more you do it, the easier it'll get. The more you do it, the faster you'll get. So I encourage anyone to try. But this thing is full of nutrients, protein. You could always make rice and put it over rice or put rice in it. But it does have the potatoes, so it's not a necessary thing. So this is potato and vegetable soup. Budget meal number 2. Huh? Are you talking to me? Okay. So you get a look at this. Isn't that starting to look real good? Look, a whole pot of food for pennies on the dollar. This is how we save pennies and eat healthy. But that over a bowl of rice would be awesome, or by itself. Okay, now let's take a look at the roasted chicken with vegetables from earlier. Even though I took a lot of that juice out, it has filled back up as the veggies have cooked down. So let's take a look. Oh, there's a leg right there. Yeah, look how tender it is. The leg just popped off, the chicken leg. That's awesome. Yeah, it's ready to go. Let me see if I can find another piece of chicken. Oh, I just tore the chicken in half. That is the chicken. See that? So the chicken breast. See that whole breast? It's just falling off the bone. It is so tender. So The kids always like this, and they love the vegetables in it. So that will definitely be a success. So we have roasted chicken for tonight since we are out of turkey, and we have the soup in a few minutes. We have brownies because it's football. Iron bowl tonight. And then I've started to put out leftovers from Thanksgiving. I haven't gotten them all out yet. So that is 2 budget meals, and I will try to get some more in the next couple of days. Also, I filmed not on my phone with something else, other budget meals, but I did not cook them. I just bagged them. They're all canned goods, pantry staples that you can use to make a full meal. So once I figure out how to get that to you guys, I will get that uploaded as well. I hope you guys have a wonderful night, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your weekend, and God bless.